So guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you which of the newest perfume releases I'm most excited to smell after the second lockdown. Because currently, all the shops are closed in Germany and the only way to test new fragrances would be ordering online blindly, which, I'm personally very careful about, and it drives me crazy because recently there have been quite a few interesting perfume releases that I will tell you everything about in this video, and you do the same. Please comment down below which fragrances that have been just recently released you're looking forward to smell when the shops are open again, or maybe you're the lucky one and you're not even in the lockdown. So I'm excited to hear from you, and if you want to find out which fragrances I'm that close to blind buy, although I try to stay focused on my wish list and not getting too distracted by new releases, please keep on watching. Now you'll have some time to like and subscribe. Hi guys, and welcome back to this exciting video for me, because I am always on the hunt for new fragrances, I'm excited about new releases, and I could easily chat to you about that all day long. So before we get started with the actual topic, I have some new fragrance to test with you, and I wanted to do that on camera so you'll be able to see my first impressions on the fragrance called Monopotaros, and it is from the German brand Der Duft, which translated means the fragrance. So let's spray it on. Okay, the sprayer is nice. Alright, so wow, this is strong. In the opening it's very spicy and watery, like a little bit aquatic. Sharp. I'm getting spices. I know that there is pepper in there. Let me check what else we have than pepper as far as spices go. Alright, so there is cardamom, and I'm definitely getting its green peel. There is nutmeg, and that's quite a medicinal sharp note. And black pepper is noticeable as well. Probably the watery nuance might come from cucumber, it's also in the notes. But I know that there is also raspberry, rose, coffee, coconut, aldehydes, and neroli. So let's see how it will develop on the skin, and by the end of the video we'll come back to it and I will update you how it smells in the dry down. Alright, let's get started with our list, and the first one on it that I'm just like, okay, if the lockdown is gonna go longer than 14th February like they announced, and I am pretty much sure it's gonna be until March, I will blind buy new release from Maison Martin Margiela, which seems like a re-release of their discontinued fragrance Tea Escape, which I am lucky enough to own, because as I was looking for it in one niche boutique in Frankfurt, the owner gifted it to me because they had only a tester of it, and the brand discontinued the fragrance, which is such a pity and a shame actually. So you cannot even imagine how excited I was to hear about Matcha Meditation. So there is also green tea in that new release, like it is in Tea Escape, but other than that the notes are different. So in Tea Escape there was milk and rice powder, and probably that's why I loved it, because it was not this boring, simple, leafy green tea fragrance, but with milky powderiness to it. It's a gorgeous fragrance. If you can get it, get it. But Matcha Meditation sounds interesting too. There is note of mate, there are some white flowers, moss in the dry down, so that's exciting. There is bergamot in the top with green tea and mandarin, so technically this is a chypre, and if you don't know what chypre is, this is a perfume genre for which is crucial bergamot and oak musk combination. And there is white chocolate, which might be a replacement for rice powder and milk, so it might be very similar to Tea Escape, or Matcha Meditation might be something else. Anyway, I'm excited for it because this brand has already proven that they can create a very beautiful tea fragrance and the nose behind Matcha Meditation is actually Maurice Roussel, and I like his work, so yeah, stay tuned for my review on it. Lately I'm really into what this brand is doing, because you might remember that their bubble bath was one of my most successful blind buys that I reviewed in a bubble bath naked, so make sure to check out that video in case you missed it. And we are moving on to something that's so beautiful, fiery and sexual that I sincerely hope, even if we won't get brand new barley and poppy and barley, Scarlet Poppy Intense, now I have it, from Jo Malone in my local Jo Malone shop, then I hope Douglas will have it online. Oh my god! Gosh, that flacon that comes in a red bottle, and you know how much I love this color and how much I love red flacons, is so beautiful, and notes sound perfect to me. There is not even one that I wouldn't like. It starts with ambre and then goes into orris, poppy, fig, heliotrope, tonka bean, barley. What could be better? And actually, for the first time, this fragrance was released in the collection that was dedicated to English fields that I ended up buying entirely, and I vlogged that shopping experience. It was beautiful, and probably among those 5 fragrances, this Poppy and Barley was the most popular one, because they re-released it in their general catalog and now they create the intense version of it, so I hope it's gonna be as makeupy and powdery and even more intense than the original one, and I also hope that it's not gonna be that pricey, because I know what Jo Malone might do. They might create a limited edition out of it and raise the price tag. So while talking about pricey perfume, something pricey from Tom Ford came out, something unfortunately very exciting for me, because that will mean that I will need to have some money for Tuberose Nue that comes in a white flacon, so very contrasting to Scarlet Poppy and Barley Intense, and I think those two will look so beautifully next to each other. Anyway, this is obviously a perfume about tuberose, which I have no problems with, although in the beginning I was careful with it because, you know, it's quite an aggressive, opulent white floral note, and I understand why it might be challenging for some people, but hey, I like it. After smelling gorgeous tuberose perfumes, I am definitely there for it. And other than tuberose, there are other white flowers like lily, like jasmine, and then there is benzoin and cacao with styrex, so I think it's gonna be like a sweet tuberose maybe, and I'm mostly excited for the base notes because there is sweet, and I love Tom Ford's white sweet perfume, musk, agarwood and tonka. The only note I'm not sure about is Sichuan pepper, because it is also in the Rose Freak, and probably because of it I'm having hard times with that perfume, so it's not gonna be like blind buy safe fragrance for me like, let's say, Matcha Meditation. And if you like tea like me, probably you understand what I mean, because I adore to drink tea, and just like perfumes, tea has all these different facets, and you might have already seen my top list of tea-centered fragrances. In case you missed it, I will link it down below for you. But yeah, this fragrance from Tom Ford, I need to test first just to make sure that I can spend a fortune on it, because I'm pretty much sure it's gonna be pricey, like all Tom Ford's new releases, right? Okay, next comes flanker of most popular fragrance by Giorgio Armani called C, and the most exciting part about it for me is definitely its design. A lot of these new releases look very pretty, and this one comes in an orange sunset-like looking flacon that is so pretty. Notes are, you know, simple, fruity notes, rosy notes, patchouli, some woodsy elements in the base. Not super excited about the notes. I can totally wait until shops are open to smell it. I won't bite blindly. This C by Armani has never been my favorite perfume. The only flanker I enjoyed was C Fiori, because that's a lovely creamy milky take on that floral fragrance. But another flanker is definitely on my blind buy list. I can't wait to test Love Extreme by Killian, which is flanker of their Love by Killian perfume, which is funny that I didn't fall in love with it right at first sniff, but recently I found a sample of it and was really amazed, like guys, so amazed by its sweetness. The sillage of it is like just the best thing ever, and I put it on my wish list, and then like next day I saw the flanker of it, which people compared to the original one as less sweet and more mature version of it, and judging by the notes, the new extreme version seems to be a little bit more minimalistic because lots of the notes were taken out, like civet, like sugar, like some flowers and spices. So I would definitely love to test them side by side. I know that one of them will end up in my collection, but I don't know yet how to do that because we all know that by Killian is right up there with their pricing, but in the majority of times it's worth it. So fragrance I'm excited about to smell, but thanks God I don't think I will be excited to buy, is new fragrance from exclusive French by Armani called Sable Nuit. So please excuse my pronunciation, and I suppose it's gonna be an animalic perfume, and judging by the notes I think it's gonna be very smoky as well because we have double olibanum in there, which smells quite churchy in perfumes. Other than that, benzoin, labdanum, patchouli, cedar, vanilla and ambraxan that I love. So I think it's gonna be a heavy fragrance, and unfortunately none of those perfumes have ever impressed me enough for me to spend my money on them, or maybe luckily because they are expensive, but we'll see how this one will smell. Something that is also on my blind buy list, and something I almost screamed at as I read about it online, is newest fragrance from Narciso Rodriguez, or Narciso Rodriguez, please correct my pronunciation, I never know how to say it correctly, is their fragrance Musk Noir for her. Oh my god. Well, listen, I know that there are so many fans of this line by Narciso Rodriguez, and let me know if you are. I know that ladies love these perfumes. Unfortunately, not all of them worked out for me. The only one that I personally enjoy, and you might remember that from my review on the white musky fragrance in the matte flacon, that one I love, and something tells me inside that I also will love this, because other than musk there is heliotrope, plum and sweet, and I think it's gonna be like a purple musk. So I'm like, I wanna buy it. So I'm definitely going crazy, guys. And yes, the final fragrance today that is like, okay, it's lovely, but I will save it to smell in the shop and won't blind buy, is from Zadig and Voltaire, called This Is Me. And if I'm not wrong, it is marketed for kids, and not sure about that. Let me know if you've heard anything, but I'm always open for sandalwoody, creamy, milky vanilla fragrances like this one seems to be. So I actually like their vanillic tuberose milky nutty fragrances. Maybe this one's gonna be lighter because it's for kids, so probably it's not gonna be that intense. We'll see once I'll have a chance to test all of these, and as you've already understood some of these will be blind bought, because unfortunately there is really no way to sample them, to test them, which, you know, is something we need to deal with as perfume lovers at this point of our life. Maybe you have any experience with these. That would be so helpful if you could give me an update. And now I will give you an update about our fragrance Monopotaros. I actually like that a raspberry now came through with rose, and still spices are there. So I think it's like for somebody for whom rose freak didn't work out, but you still want that really intensely spicy rose. Wow, it's so complex, and I really like how it changes, so it's not linear. And I will leave a link to their official website down below, so please check out this brand. And please stay tuned for my unboxing of their entire sample range that I received, which I will post on Instagram, so make sure to follow me there in order to join me in live chats with perfumers, and also live unboxings and other cool stuff, because I post there very regularly as I do here. So make sure to subscribe to my channel as well if you're new here, and don't forget to activate notifications by ringing the bell, and of course give this video a thumbs up. Let me know your feedback, your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your scent of the day? Because mine is this gorgeous fragrance I'll have a lot of fun with. And please stay tuned and smell good. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you're actually willing to see more videos like this, because once again, I don't think that shops, particularly perfume shops, are gonna be open anytime soon, and new releases are coming, keeping me and probably you excited. So on that note, we'll see each other in the next one. Bye guys!